What's up, everybody? This is your boy Kerwin Stewart, and I'm here again today with another exciting video. Um, Now today is the last day of February. This was the 28th, February 28th, and that means that this is my last day as a specialist in the United States Army. Now I'm not leaving the Army, but I'm advancing to the next rank of sergeant, and with that, there's going to become more responsibilities and more duties that will be entrusted in me as I go to that next level and go from there, and hopefully one day I could become a sergeant major. You never know. So the thing about it is that it's a mix of emotions in dealing with how I feel right now, because I'm happy, but I'm also sad because even with me advancing to the next level, I'm leaving people behind. I'm leaving my buddies who are still specialists, and we joined the Army at the same exact time, and we started basic training at the same exact time. We went to EIT, and we did all these things at the same exact time. But now I'm becoming a non-commissioned officer, and they're not right now. They will be eventually, which is, I'm thankful in knowing that mentality that, hey, one day they're going to be a non-commissioned officer also. But I'm also sad to the fact that it's not at the same time, I originally thought. So I'm sad and I'm happy, but it's a day of hard work does pay off. I became a specialist back in April of 2016. It's going to be March 1st tomorrow of 2018, which is about 2 years. I was in the rank of a specialist, and I think back to the day when I first started basic training, and I knew this was going to happen one day. I just didn't think it was going to happen in the course of 3 years. I thought it was going to be more. It was going to a longer wait time to get to where I wanted to be. But in the course of 3 years, I'm here, and that journey started at basic training. After I came here to Fort Lewis, I was a PV2. A couple months after that, I got my PFC. And while I was down in Iraq, I got my specialist. And the thing about it is that it was so fast. But as I ranked up in each rank, I realized that more was expected of me. We're giving you this rank because we trust and we believe in your ability to lead and complete missions and do what needs to be done. And it's amazing, and I'm humble. So anybody right now who's in the Army, or you're trying to look into the Army, rank is not handed to you. You don't just wake up and say here's rank. You have to work with it. You have to work for it. And I remember my lieutenant colonel at the promotion says, hey, when he gave me my specialist, you're being promoted to handle the traditions and the standards of the Army, and to protect them at all costs. And then becoming an NCO, I'm doing the same exact thing. That's the amazing thing about it. So, I don't know. But I know what kind of NCO I want to be. I want to be all about my troops, and I think if I can handle that responsibility and do what that needs to be done in that area, I'll be fine. Everything else will work the way that it's supposed to work. So I'm gonna be about my troops. I don't know if you guys can tell my emotions. I'm nervous because it's a lot to be responsible for. It's a lot, and I take it in the full form that which is being given to me. I take it in the full form of knowing that when I go to where I'm going, I am going to have people who I'm responsible for. you know, and they're going to be a reflection of me. I know if you heard me say in the other video that I want to lead troops, and I just don't want to lead them. I want to guide them. I want to train them, and I want to develop them to go and fight wherever that may be. And I just want to do it correct, you know. I want to do it right. So you might ask yourself, why am I thankful? What do I have to be thankful for? It's just a pay raise. It's just more responsibility. No, it's more than that for me. Keep in mind, I came to the United States when I was 9 years old. I'm originally from the islands of Trinidad and Tobago, okay? I'm just this little island boy from some country, and I decided one day in my life, hey, when I had my 4-year-old daughter, well, she's 4 years old now, but when I had my daughter, I wanted to make sure that she had a life that she could be proud of. And I found out that the path that I was going down, it wasn't healthy, you know? I would end up damaging myself in the process of trying to create something out of nothing. So I decided, hey, because the Army has structure, the Army is, you know, all about physical fitness, and it's all about developing you and being all that you can be. I was going to join the Army, and I was going to make something of my life, you know. And I love what I do. I love it with all my heart. And so I joined the Army, you know, and they let me in, you know. They let me into the Army and said, hey, you could be with us. You can roll with us. You're part of us. Go ahead, you know, serve 20 years. Do whatever the hell you want. Just, you can be in the Army. And I'm just this little kid from Trinidad and Tobago. And that's the amazing thing about it, is that you can be whatever you want to be. And that's what I tell my daughter. I tell everybody and that I know, you can be whatever you want to be. If you see it, go take it. Now, I wanted to be a sergeant. From day one, I wanted to be a sergeant. And I remember in basic training, I had Drill Sergeant Lawson, Drill Sergeant Silva, Drill Sergeant Mendoza. You know, these were all great non-commissioned officers, the best of the best, you know. And yeah, they smoked the living daylights out of us every single day, and did a whole bunch of corrective actions and stuff like that. But they helped build me to the moment where I'm about to step into tomorrow. You know, they were great non-commissioned officers. I'm gonna be a great non-commissioned officer. Because of why? Because of what they did. The time that they took away from their families, the dedication and the time and everything that they put into me to make me be somebody. So it's one thing to never forget where you come from, and I'm never gonna forget where I came from, or who helped mold me. From my parents, to my wife, to the Army, drill sergeants, to my platoon sergeant, to my squad leader. Shout out to my squad leader, Sergeant Albert. Well, my squad leader, and you know, that moment when I said, hey, I'm ready to go to the board. In fact, if I recall, my squad leader told me to let him know when I was ready. He didn't force me to go to the board or anything of that nature. He said, let me know when you're ready. And that day came, and I went up to him and I said, hey, Sergeant Albert, I'm ready to go to the board. And he said, okay. The next week, I was at the board. That's how it worked. I wasn't forced, I wasn't coerced or anything of that nature. I knew I was ready, and I wanted to go take the opportunity. And I took the opportunity. In fact, around that time, I got Soldier of the Month for my whole entire battalion. Best soldier in the whole battalion. Because I came there and I was prepared for what I wanted to have, you know? So I worked hard for this. I won't let anybody tell me different. This wasn't given to me. I did what I needed to do to get this opportunity. And I'm thankful for that. I mean, because you have to understand that the mentality of being a sergeant is no joke. I now have people's life in my hands. I am now responsible for somebody's physical, mental, spiritual well-being. That is a responsibility entrusted in me. That no one is more professional than I, and that I'm a non-commissioned officer. I have two basic responsibilities: accomplishment of the mission and the welfare of soldiers. I'm not going to say my soldiers, all soldiers you're responsible for. Yeah. That's what's in my mind right now. I want to be great. I want to do great. And I want to build other leaders. All right. Now you know how I feel. But let me know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? What do you think a non-commissioned officer is? Do you want to become a non-commissioned officer? Things of that nature. All right, I am Kerwin Stewart, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video and having my little rant. You know, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The channel's building, the channel's growing. It's like 600 subscribers right now, and I'm doing everything in my power to come out with good content for you guys about my life, about technology, about everything that I personally like. But tomorrow's a big day for me, and once I get my rank, I'll probably put the ceremony up here on YouTube, but once I get my rank, it's on. That's what's on my mind, and thank you for listening. Took me 3 years, and hopefully it's another 3 years to get 6 or less than that, but I work fast. Things are really good in my life, and I'm happy and I'm thankful. So other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.